start with this. Okay, so let's start with this, and let me make this small. Yes. Okay, so good morning, everybody, and I'm glad you're here. Hopefully everything is going well for you and for everybody. And today we're going to do a little review about what we studied already, and that's climate change and its effects on the polar ice, snow caps, and ice sheet. So, if you remember, we have here GHG, or what is GHG? Okay, who remembers what is the meaning of GHG?
Greenhouse gases.
Greenhouse gases. Muy bien. Who was? I don't know who was it. ¿Quién lo dijo? Es, okay, Adrián. Is gases, greenhouse gases. Muy bien. Okay, so we have our atmosphere, and our atmosphere is the part that is all over here, and it is or it has sublayers, and the sublayers regulates the heat and sunlight. So two things. We have an effect here that is keep warm our planet or keep the temperature inside of our planet. So it will trap the sun light, the heat right here. And what is the name of that effect? Okay, what is the name of that effect? Come on, you know that. That helps to keep our planet temperature greenhouse, yes. So if we don't have greenhouse, what will be the temperature in our planet? It is cold, it is going to be cold, but the temperature is right here, minus 23 grades Celsius. Okay, so then we have different layers. We have different layers of the atmosphere: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. And here in the troposphere, we are going to have a couple gases. Give me two examples, please, of these, the gases that we can find right here. Two examples.
Dioxide of carbon and nitrous oxide.
Yes. Nitrogen, nitrous oxide, oxygen. Okay, one more.
Methane.
Methane. Perfect. Good job, Adrian. Okay, now these gases are right here on this layer of the atmosphere. And now we have here the absorption of the solar rays. And here we are going to, or the GHG gases are going to be trapped. The GHG gases, CO2, CH4, N2O. Estos son los gases de efecto invernadero. Estos gases, pregunto, ¿destruyen la capa de ozono? ¿Sí o no?
No.
No.
No,
Perfect. No, they don't destroy the ozone layer. Good job. What they destroy, or what they do, I'm sorry, they don't destroy, what they do, ¿qué hacen? ¿Qué van a producir en la Tierra? What they are going to produce in our environment? The heat of our planet. Good job, Julian. Yes. So our planet has to have some heat because that helps us with life. But because of the GHG emissions and they get trapped right here, the temperature in our planet will increase, and that will produce the global warming o efecto de calentamiento global. Okay, muy bien. So now, when and why the increase of GHG happened? The increase of GHG emission happened. Industrial Revolution, yes, in
1750.
1750. So now, who was in charge of the Industrial Revolution? Who started with that? ¿Quién hizo esto de la revolución industrial? A ver, entonces les pregunto de diferente manera. ¿Fueron los hombres, los animales, bacterias, virus, microorganismos? ¿Quién hizo esto? Yes, Gabriela, hombres, men. Men did the Industrial Revolution. So, I ask you again, who are the ones that make a lot of change in our planet? People, not just boys, not just women, or not just girls, but people in general, all of us. Okay, great. So now, the Industrial Revolution in 1750 increased the emissions of GHG and the accumulation of the greenhouse gases. So both things. So as you say, GHG gases are CO2 dioxide carbon, methane, and nitrogen oxide. Okay, so the sources of GHG emissions. So we have here burning of fossil fuels. So meaning things that come from fossils. Examples of fossil fuels: coal, oil, and natural gas. What they produce: emissions of CO2 dioxide carbon, methane, and nitrous oxide. Okay, NO2. When these emissions happen? It could be in a city where we have factories. It could be in the same city when we are processing waste. Some people burn waste, some cities burn waste, and in this process they will use natural gas or oil depending. And when we use cars, so in our daily routine. Where another example, give me some other examples of sources of GHG emissions. Okay, please. Volcano or volcanic eruptions? Julián. Excuse me, Adrian? I couldn't understand, sorry. Deforestation, yes. Muy bien. Volcanic eruptions, yeah? And burning of what?
Fossil.
Excuse me?
The burning of fossil fuels.
Yes, that's one. Perfect. Forest fire. Muy bien, Julián. Yes, very good. So we have the natural sources that we can save or natural emissions that will be volcanic eruptions, and we have as well the burning of forests or trees. And when people cut the trees, what happened with the oxygen? ¿Qué pasa cuando las personas cortan los árboles? ¿Qué pasa con el oxígeno?
oxígeno no fluye.
Excuse me?
El oxígeno no fluye.
We have less, come on, don't do that. Borren, por favor, eso. The oxygen, we will have less oxygen, yeah? What will happen with the carbon? Yes, Carolina, I'm sorry, yes, it produces less oxygen. It can increase floods as consequence of what, Pedro? Yes, we will have more carbon. Okay. Another thing that can cause source of GHG emissions could be the change in the use of land. Oh, it's okay, Pedro. If you don't have a microphone, you can just write your answers and that's perfect, okay? Okay, I was saying, yeah, another source of GHG emissions could be the change in land. What are the changes in land? Please, let me see. Adriana Ramirez, what are the changes in land? What could be some changes in land?
The erosion.
I said Adriana Ramirez, please. Adriana, are you there? It's okay. Adriana, are you there? I think she's not there. She was there at some point. Okay, then I will say, it's Matias Reyes here. Now, please, if he's there, please, same question. Okay, Carla, you gave me change in soil. Yeah, Carla, what will be some changes?
Changing the land.
Yes, but what will be? Give me an example. For example, you say, I changed the land that was used for this into this. What is the change? That's
When a place is converting in a farming.
yes. So perfect, Carla. That's great. When you have a forest and then you cut the trees and make a farm. Perfect. Okay, one other example. Anaí, are you there, Anaí Castillo? Okay, Karen Patiño. No? Okay. Andrés Sasaway.
Maybe erosion in the soil.
Maybe that.
Erosion.
Okay, write it down because I don't know what happened with your mic. I can't really hear you. Okay, write it down. Maybe you're right. Your answer is right. Okay, and Adrián, erosion. Okay, Andrés, why have erosion? ¿Por qué pasa? ¿Por qué se da la erosión, Andrés?
La tierra no está fértil.
Ok, la tierra ya no es fértil. Pero los cambios en land, como dijo por el desgaste del suelo. Ok, los cambios en land, como dijo Carla, pero un ejemplo, de un forest into a farming land, puede ser de un forest into a city. People will build buildings, stores, and other stuff. And instead of having trees, we are going to have factories, cities. So those things will help with or will be source of GHG emissions. Okay, ¿está claro? Yes or no? Okay, great. So next, we have here, okay, please, what is this? Mining of coal. This one, this is easy. Come on, who wants to say it?
Petróleo.
Yes, petroleum or oil. This, the name is right here.
Cement factory.
And here, what do we have here and here? In nuclear plant, industries. Okay, so all of these things can produce GHG. The GHG are carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and methane. Okay, next. So here what we have, a natural fire forest and logging trees. Can I log in trees? Please see this picture, logging trees.
Cortada de árboles.
Cutting. Yes, perfect. Okay, so now the relationship, is there any relationship between GHG, global warming and climate change or not? Yes. Okay, if you remember, what is the relationship between GHG and global warming? Just the two, the first two, GHG and global warming. GHG and global warming, what is the relationship, if you remember? GHG and global warming. Okay, GHG produces global warming. Yes, but why, Mateo? You're right, but why? Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. Remember what we have that help, or thanks to what our planet has a temperature of 15 grades Celsius. Thanks to what? Thanks to okay, so the relationship between GHG and global warming, yes, it will, the GHG, the more GHG, it will produce global warming. Why? Because remember, our Earth has a greenhouse effect. So GHG keeps sun rays into our atmosphere, it hits the planet, yes. So because of the greenhouse effect on our planet, GHG keeps more sun rays, keeps more energy, and that makes the heat, that makes what is global warming. So when the global temperature increases, yeah? Good job, Gabriela and Julian. Now, when we have these two things that are connected, what will be the climate change? So human activities, that means me and other people, will produce an excessive amount of GHG emissions. That will change the balance of natural process, increase the greenhouse effect, and gradually increase in global temperature. And this increase in the global temperature is the global warming. So now in our time, I will say, the amount of energy from the sun that is in our planet is increasing. So we have more energy trapped. So that's why our planet is, has more heat than before. Okay, and now before this, so I said that we have a climate change. What are some of the changes in our climate that we can see as consequences of global warming? Adam Encalada, please. Adam, are you there? Alejandra Reyes. Ariana Gutierrez. Okay, so Alejandra, please, what are some of the climate change in our planet? Give me one example. Okay, rains a lot or it's so hot. Chris, please give me one other. The poles are warm. Yes, Pedro. Andres, melting of the poles. Yes. If the poles are melting, yes, more rain. Okay, question now. If the poles are melting, what is the result in the oceans? If the poles are melting, what is the result in the oceans? Increase of what? Increase of water in the oceans. Perfect. Change the climate. Floods. Yes, that will be consequence of them. Yes, good job, guys. So next, let's go here. So the evidences of consequences of climate change we have, for example, in the increase of temperature first, and the reduced ice in the Arctic Ocean. Then we have the shrinking in the snow cape of glaciers, changing rain patterns. So now it's not going to be the normal frequency or intensity. It could be more intense or it could be less intense. So in both cases are going to be extreme change, like from no rain to a lot of rain, from a lot of rain to no rain. So both extremes are not good for the environment or for the place that we live in. So heavy rains, floods, droughts, hailstorm, and in some places where there are hurricanes, they will increase the magnitude of hurricanes. Okay, Julian, let me see. This heat. Yes, that is right. There are some things that we didn't even know, or we don't even know about their existence because it melted before we could notice them. Yes. So, consequence, heavy rains, or the opposite, drought, hailstorms, floods, or we have more damage when hurricanes happen. As you say before, the sea level is increasing, so more water in the oceans because of the shrinking of glaciers or snow capes. Okay, so the dynamics in the biosphere. So there are numerous species that will migrate from one place to another place, and sometimes they will extinguish because they don't adapt to the new environment. They can't find food, they can maybe reproduce. So then what changes is the flows of matter and energy in the different cycles of life, biochemical elements. Questions until here?
Yeah, for me, that.
Okay, so if we think about floods, what happened with the food in the coast region if there is a lot of rain? What will happen with the food supply? Yes, Andres, it will get bad, damage. Do we have enough food? No. Okay. In the case of water supplies, what can happen with water if we have a lot of rain or not rain at all?
Increase the water.
Okay, Adrian, maybe your microphone hasn't have enough volume. I can't understand you. So if you, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, if you can write it down, Adrian, so I can understand what you're saying, because I don't know what happened with the mic. Okay, I was saying, what happens with the water supply if there is no water? ¿Qué pasaría con el agua, por ejemplo, en Cuenca, si es que no hay lluvia? What could happen?
No habría como ponerle agua, o sea, las plantas, no hubiera cultivos ni nada.
Okay.
El ecosistema.
Yes. One thing, something that can happen to us. It will run out. Yes. It will be over. Perfect. Entonces, todas esas son consecuencias del calentamiento global. Hay menos agua, hay menos, ¿cómo sería? Hay menos cantidad de agua. Ahora, por el contrario, si hubiese demasiada agua, ¿qué pasa? If there are a lot of water. Flood, yes.
Inundaciones por los ríos, por
Yes.
sobre el agua, porque hay demasiada agua.
Yes, Angélica, you're right.
Destrucción de las casas.
Ariana, perfect. Entonces, if we have more water than what we need, we can have floods, and those will be consequences, good or bad, for our environment. Deslaves, yes, it will be bad. Okay. For the contrary, and if we don't have water, instead of that, it is dry. What happened with the crops? You say that already. Yes, sequía, bad crops, they will die.
Erosion.
Yes, erosion. What we will have food. ¿Tendríamos alimentos?
No.
No, okay. Health. ¿Qué pasaría con la salud? Cuando hay estos cambios climáticos bien extremos, ¿qué pasa?
Algunas personas se enferman o les hace daño por el
Yes.
cambio de clima tan drástico.
Muy bien, ¿qué empieza a pasar? ¿Qué enfermedades podemos observar? Muy bien, José.
La gripe, en el caso de frío. He visto que algunas personas, cuando son de lugares demasiado calientes y pasan a lugares muy fríos, como que el cabello se les daña un poco.
Ya, pero esas serían como cosas más
Malaria.
fáciles de solucionar. Pero sí, las enfermedades respiratorias, tipos de alergia, como ustedes dicen, neumonía, resfriados,
Malaria.
todos esos pueden darse más cuando hay estos cambios climáticos bruscos.
Malaria.
¿Qué personas están más propensas a verse afectadas por estos cambios climáticos?
Las personas mayores de edad.
¿Ya? ¿Otro grupo?
¿Tienen capacidades diferentes?
No tanto. Niños, ancianos, los que tienen enfermedades crónicas, yes. Entonces, esos son los grupos más vulnerables. Perfecto. Ok, ahora, ¿qué pasaba con la biodiversidad cuando se dan estos cambios climáticos extremos? Muy bien, Cristina. Personas con problemas de salud, suffer. Ya la biodiversidad cambia, las plantas, los animales, todo esto cambia, ya no estamos o ya no tienen la misma disponibilidad de alimentos, pueden morir, pueden extinguirse. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, what are two examples of the human activities that make impact in our climate?
Industry.
Okay, industry, that's one. Another. Mining, yes. Okay, so.
Deforestation.
Yes. Okay, this we already saw it. Yes, rising biodiversity change, the biochemical cycles change. And here we can have air pollution because of the factories, industries, mining, and other activities of human or people. So, air pollution first is the accumulation of air pollutants or substances that alter the normal composition of air and causes risk to living beings. Natural causes could be volcanic eruptions, and the main source of pollutant emission originated from human activities. As you say already, industries, changing land use. So industries, combustions of what? ¿Qué se combustiona en las industrias? I'm going to say, muy bien, Carla, fossil fuels. What are the examples of fossil fuels? You know that already. Oil, yes. Carbon or coal, yes. One more. Natural gas, yes, perfect. So, these are going to generate CO2, CO, NO2, among other substances. And the change in land use, as you said before, forest to a farmland, forest to a city, forest to something else that is not forest. Air pollution from natural phenomena, so could be fire and forest fire and volcanic eruption that will change the or will cause change in the planet's climate. So now we have two types of the air pollutants. We have the primary pollutants and secondary pollutants. So the primary pollutants are the substances that release directly into the atmospheres, and they come from combustion of fossil fuels, petroleum, coal, oil, and processing of natural gas. Yes, that's okay, Eric. I will give you what we're going to do after this. The secondary pollutants, they will be a consequence of a chemical reaction. No, we're going to, I think, we are going to see. Okay, consequence of a chemical reaction between the primary pollutants and some things or some elements, some chemicals that are in the air. And at the end, they are going to be activated by the sunlight. And examples of this could be the ozone, the acid rain, NO3, H2O, peroxide, hydrogen peroxide, peróxido de hidrógeno o agua oxigenada. Okay, what else? the video we're not going to watch. What is the ozone layer? La capa de ozono. ¿Por qué está formada el ozono? ¿Cuántos oxígenos? How many oxygens?
3.
3, perfect. What is the function of the ozone layer?
Found in 2 layers. Estratosfera and the stratosfera.
Excuse me?
Protective the ultraviolet, right?
Yes, so mega screen, so the ultraviolet rays won't pass through it, and then we won't need to worry about the sunlight. Yes, that is the protect. Yes, that is protection is what we need from the UV rays from the sun. So yes, that is the function of ozone layer. Okay, so the meeting is going to be end in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So when the meeting is closed, please, you get connected again to the same meeting, and we keep doing this, okay? Se vuelven a conectar a la misma reunión cuando se acabe, ya, para ver un poquito más, y luego les indico la actividad que vamos a hacer, y terminamos prácticamente la clase. Sí, se vuelven a conectar cuando se termine el tiempo. Ok, entonces, so progressive loss of the ozone. 1970s, scientists warned us about the thinning of the ozone layer in various parts of the world. So, but it was more noticeable in the South Pole. La capa de ozono se veía ya en, los científicos ya nos dijeron, ya nos advirtieron acerca de que la capa de ozono se estaba haciendo más delgadita en algunas partes en el mundo, pero principalmente se notaba esto en los polos y más que nada en el polo sur. Ok. Substances that help this destruction or the destruction of the ozone layer are CFCs or chlorofluorocarbons,